Okay, so we're live.
on Springfield.
Okay, it's supposedly going through. We'll see here.
I see it. I see it. We're live.
Erica catches it first. Okay, you got us live then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, welcome to the ripple effect here. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Erica. You've been out of town or well, if you want to do a little check-in, just tell us who you are and what you've been up to.
I am Erica Gimbel. Hello, everybody. Ripple Effect comrades. I have been traveling on the East Coast. I had the lucky fortune to get to travel to Florida, Bahamas, Cozumel, Mexico, then Tennessee, then New York. So
Wow.
it was great and lots of good stuff. Some of it was a workcation with the women in business that I got to be on a cruise with. And yeah, so how are you, co-host David Kirsten, videographer?
I'm good. Yeah, you were commenting on my festive display, so we got the whole house decorated. We're just living the dream over the holidays here, so to speak, and doing my stuff. So I've been recording my audio book, so it kind of wears me down at times, but I'm excited to like be making progress and getting better and quicker at that. So
Well, so
yeah.
you're making everybody curious. What's that? Tell us about that if you don't mind,
I'm
real quick.
I'm I'm not going to release the title until it's out in January, but it's really kind of a method. It's on the Rising Star program, so it's really geared towards kind of younger people, but anybody who hasn't, been introduced to the concepts of kind of a lot of the stuff we learned in B&I, but um, and that I've learned from Cory, on core values, purpose, how to generate a better results in your life and business, so to speak. Daily practice is a big part of it, so your
Very
teachings
cool.
are in there. So I look forward to sharing it with you, and I'll give you, I don't know if I'm gonna have physical copies of the book in January right away, but I'll share like the digital and the print version with you like when it's finished. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll
look
be
forward to
look forward to hearing what
celebrating
you
that
think.
with
Yeah.
you.
You
And
know.
thank you for creating that.
Yeah, and I I'm I appreciate everybody like Cory who helped kind of develop it. So yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. David, keep going. Keep going. I'm so excited for you to make that happen. And so let's welcome Jane Hurley of Vitality Soul.
Hey
Back,
guys,
back for more on the ripple effect.
how
How are
are
you?
you?
I'm sorry, we're stepping on each other. Sorry. So, how are you, Jane? And tell us about you and the latest for Vitality Soul.
So, Vitality Soul, we specialize in red light therapy. We also offer acupuncture, massage, cupping, and just general health motivation. We do also have Dr. Melissa doing chiropractic once a week at that location. But yeah, so this is usually when we start to get a little busier. Our full body red light therapy beds are head to toe coverage. You get both red and near infrared light. Because the days are getting shorter and it's colder, this is when people really find, especially the parts of it that benefit, inflammation. For me, as soon as it starts to get cold, I can really, feel a little bit more of my kind of old injuries and aches and pains. And also just, it can be really stressful for quite a few people, good or bad, around holiday time. And so this is a great way to de-stress, decompress. Combat seasonal depression is a really big one. I know for myself, I've had issues with seasonal depression pretty much since I can remember. And having these beds is something I can pop into a couple of times a week has really, really helped with that for me. And I know other people as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really have loved so if anybody's tuning in, notice the picture that Jane is speaking from. She's got the picture of what it looks like, these beds that you lie on and you get zapped from different directions, that above and below. And I have had a chance to do that for a month weekly, and now and that was in preparation for coming out of my swim meet, and then also in preparation for a crazy triathlon that I just did down in Morro Bay. And I was like, I don't know if I'm up for this, I don't know. But then I got zapped every week in the red light therapy beds, and I did great. I didn't die, I didn't drown, and I went through, extreme experiences, and I feel like it really supported my process, and I swam better, and I didn't hyperventilate like I had previous times. So anyway, it's a very, very cool experience, and I really appreciate how you guys have this special going on in December. So I want you to tell everybody about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, and congratulations on your triathlon, by the way. That is extremely impressive. And we're seeing a lot of people who are athletes coming in more and more too. There's been some recent articles about how like basically all the 49ers who are in the NFL are using red light therapy before and after games because it really helps break up lactic acid and muscle recovery and helps with energy and focus. I know I love to do red light before I go to the gym, for example. But yeah, so for this month, we have unlimited monthly memberships, so people can come in as many times as they'd like to in a month. And we're offering, if you buy one, you get a second one half off. And so you can either use it for yourself, and the next month is half off, or if you want to come in with a family member, a partner, a friend, you can share it that way as well. So that's been a nice way to kind of say thank you to people who have been coming in and want to continue to come in, and also for people who are just getting to know us, it's fun to come in with somebody or to kind of be on the same path with a friend or a family member. We have a mother and daughter that come in. We have a couple sets of partners that like to do it together. So it's nice to build the community with somebody that you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
know people rave about it in our BNI too, and I don't know if you want to share the website, Erica. I know I have a few more good photos
VitalitySoul.com,
because I
right?
think if people are new, it's good helpful to show them like what it looks like, just
It's
because. Yeah.
vitalityrlt.com, RLT being shorthand for red light therapy.
Ah,
And you can see some pictures of the beds on there. I always tell people you've got to just come in and try it. I feel like it's always hard to conceptualize it until you're actually in there. And I would say 90% of the time after someone's first visit, the reaction is almost to the word. Like, it feels like I was just taking a nap on a beach. Like, that's the general sentiment because it gets warm and it feels really good. It mimics what we get from the sun, but without any of the negative sides, so no UV rays. But you just get to lie there. I meditate sometimes. I fall asleep. If I have a little more energy, I kind of do a little bit of stretching. There's not really any wrong way to do it.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah.
also in one of the greatest parts of Oakland. I mean, there's a lot of great parts of Oakland, but to get lunch over there, or a snack pop in. I know there's that new, I don't know if it's Middle Eastern, that's over on like the other major street, like just right over the hill from you. I don't know if you've been to that place. It's
Totally.
like a market, and they have like great little Euro or kebabs and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
next to a place that does fresh juice and smoothies too. So you can really kind of choose your own adventure. And being in the proximity that we are with Lake Merritt, some people will come in, do their red light session, and then walk or jog around the lake. Or quite often, there's so many yoga studios. We get people who come in before they go do a class. My gym is down the street, so I put myself in a red light bed and then I go box. So it's right off the freeway too. So it's we get people from pretty far. It's not hard to park. It's very central.
yes, it's very easy to park. And I was suggesting to my friend that he needs to not just pop in, because you guys are getting pretty busy. You gotta schedule it. You gotta like ask,
Yeah.
hey, is there time? Because you're getting busier and busier, and that's wonderful.
And we have two beds. And so, yes, it is by appointment, just because, we don't put two people in a bed together. You go in your birthday suit. So it's a very personal experience. And it's private, you have your room to yourself. But yes, so we can accommodate a lot of schedules. We're open 7 days a week. We're open on the weekends from usually around 9 in the morning till 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then weekdays 9 to 7. So far we haven't really had any conflict with anyone's schedule, because ultimately people can get there if they have to super early or on that later evening side, or you can come in for your lunch break. You don't have to be there for that long to get all the benefits. So it's something you can definitely weave into your day.
Oh,
That's
I'm gonna make you co-host, Erica, if you want to share, because I'm
oh,
on the
would
new
you like me to
computer
show
here.
your
Yeah.
would you like me
Um,
to share the website, Jane?
yeah, that's great. Or I thought it'd be good. I don't know if you have any testimonials on there, because I know there's so many different
Yeah.
benefits people get that I mean, we've heard some great testimonials in person in BNI, for example, but
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many kind of hidden benefits that people might not know about. Yeah.
Absolutely. They scroll along the bottom of the website. I know one that I really like says, "So happy to find Vitality Soul. Unlike other places that use red light panels, this office uses the latest model of beds that target the entire body. The team here is
Mm-hmm.
extremely friendly and knowledgeable." I think that's something that's always really important, because I talk to people sometimes who are like, "Well, I have a mask that I got off Instagram at home," or my gym has an infrared sauna. They're not the same thing. We had to have separate electricity installed. It's not just a three-prong plug, and they're like 700, 800 pound beds, with the ability to customize the settings of the frequency for what people are coming in for. It's not something that you would get on Amazon or anything. So the power percentage is greatly increased. And the fact that you can lie there and get full coverage all at once really cuts down on the time it takes if you're trying to get your whole body with a panel, because you have to move it around every 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it becomes like a 3-hour adventure. Um, and Erica's tried it. It feels good to be in there. The time starts to fly, especially after you've done a few sessions. It kind of seems to happen in a quick blink. And for a lot of people, it's the only time in their day that someone's not talking to them, or they're not on a phone or on a computer. And it's, something that humans need too, is to, at least a little bit per every day if you can, or a couple times a week, really truly unplug. It's something that I think we don't value enough these days, with how much we're looking at screens and bombarded, I guess, is kind of the nice way to put that. So I think having a part of your day where you really just, it's about you, and you can maybe do some breathing techniques or just space out, but just to kind of quiet everything for upwards of 25 minutes.
Very cool. So this is the way that people can book by your website, right?
Mhm.
So you
Correct.
click on
So
red light
usually I would
therapy.
recommend going by the appointment type for the red light, because the reason the practitioners were all listed that way has to just do with who's on the schedule which day. So I would, obviously if it's your first appointment and consultation, you would select that, and then it will jump to the calendar, and you can pick the day and time that's convenient for you. And if you
Wonderful.
see, if you ever see like something that says call to book or text to book, a lot of times we have spots that we save, kind of like a restaurant with reservations, they save a few tables. So you can always text is the fastest, but we'll get back to you pretty quickly and be able to find a time that works. So
Okay.
And
Very
how
cool.
often, like if you have like a unlimited, how often do some people maybe come twice a week, even some weeks, or
oh yeah, I mean, we have a couple people who've been coming in for over a year, and they like to come every day. So there's a gentleman who comes every morning at 9, and what he does is he rotates through different frequencies. So he'll go from what we call our default setting, where the red's on 296 and the infrared's on 528. And that's the best for just overall healing your skin, for detoxing, for shrinking down fat cells. But basically, they're all good for everything. There's always crossover, because the lights are on no matter what frequency, is just the rate at which they're pulsing. And so if you were coming in with severe scarring or eczema, or just really wanted to focus more on the surface of your skin, we would change the frequencies for that. Even though you're still going to get the other benefits, it's basically targeted for what you're looking for. And so, to this morning, I did the one that's best for your brain and getting your pineal gland really functioning and clean. And, you have to write a bunch of emails or do a podcast that really helps with focus and kind of giving your brain that laser sharpness that it's capable of. So
Yeah, and how
some people come in every day. Some people come in once a week. Some people come, I would say the average is 3 days a week when you get the unlimited monthly. We also sell packages. And the reason we do that is because I have a couple of friends, for example, they have kids or they travel a lot. We don't want to force them to buy a whole month's worth if they can't get in there for, more than one session. And so they buy the package and that just doesn't really expire. And then you can use those sessions when it's convenient to you. And so there's less pressure to like, oh my gosh, I got to make it worth this month. But most people ultimately do buy the unlimited monthly membership. And then if they can, 2 to 3 days a week is pretty perfect. Or if you can make it every day, like Roger does, you could do that too.
just go over there like it's going on your run, or
Yeah, he's like, it's his morning routine. Sometimes he brings his little dog that's like 5 pounds and he just sits in the room with him. It's really cute.
Oh, great. I was curious, I had one more question, Erica, and covering the details here about the process when you come in, like how long what you do when you come in and how long it takes, or like, are you
Sure.
in the bed for like 10 minutes or what? Yeah.
So we recommend trying at least 12 minutes. 12 is so the red light's main function is shrinking fat cells. Fat cells are where we store fat, but also toxins. And so we see people with, for example, mold toxicity, or people that are trying to maybe lose some inches, or just in general, it's nice to kind of wring out those cells and, get toxins out of our system. So that usually takes 12 minutes for the cells to fully basically empty. So we try to get people to at least do a minimum of 12. Ultimately, what happens is people like the way it feels so much that they want to work their way up to the maximum, which is 25 minutes. Like I said, it's warm, it feels good to be in there, it's relaxing, but you can do as little as 12. So if it's a lunch break and you've got 30 minutes, you can come in, just hop in the bed for 12 minutes, and then we have a vibration stand. The vibration that you get going through you helps move all of the freed up toxins towards your lymphatic system so you can actually get the toxins out of your body. So one's out of the cell, the next is out of the body. And that we do for 10 minutes. Alternatively, if you know you're going to go to the gym or you want to go for a quick jog, that's fine too. You just have to find some kind of movement. Massage is also really great afterwards because it's basically helping drain your lymphatic system. Any kind of movement, you want to just make sure you're not stationary because, got to encourage things to get out of you that you just got out of your cells. So you could come in for less than 30 minutes and get all the benefits. But typically people, I would say give yourself 40 minutes, which could include like change time. If you want to do longer in the bed, we end up in a lot of fun conversations. I really like all of the clientele a lot. It's people I see a few times a week. You get close, all of a sudden you're like, oh, you were here for an hour and a half because we were also chatting, so it does vary, but you could be in and out of there in 22 minutes technically and still get all the benefits.
And then there's that thing that we step on afterwards
That's the vibration. Yeah. So you do the bed where you just get to lie there, very nice and relaxing. And then once you get your clothes back on, we have you stand on a vibration platform. And that's the part that helps actually move everything out of your system. It also feels really good. If you don't want to do that, like let's say you had a recent knee replacement or something where you're concerned about like specifically that kind of motion, a lot of people will just go for a walk or, just a massage. Like I said, you could, even if you have a massager at home, foam rolling, you just really want to make sure you're doing something besides being totally stationary.
Gotcha. That's it.
It's pretty easy. You basically get to lie there and be warm, and then you get to stand there and get kind of like a machine made massage.
Yeah, you got the system down. And Erica, you mind if I was gonna ask number 6. Thought it was a good segue into that about who your ideal client is. But
Sure. We definitely see a variety of people, and it's all ages are welcome. I would say we're starting to see more athletes. So I think what happens a lot with health and wellness in general is people kind of wait until they really need help to feel better to seek it out. Whereas there's also prevention, as we know. And so a lot of athletes, before they injure themselves or in order to help keep their muscle percentage high, are using red and near infrared light more and more. And so I would say we've been seeing a lot of people who have rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of people post-surgery, especially post-surgery that had to do with cancer. And that's how I found out about it, was after a surgery, and they used it in my physical therapy. I would say that's kind of who we draw in the most. I just would say that also for people out there who are in pretty good health, like Erica, helped her finish a triathlon. So you don't have to be already in pain or healing from something to start coming in. It really, it helps either continue the healthy vibes you already have, or surprisingly, some people are surprised. They're like, oh, my back started hurting. And then they come in for a few sessions. They're like, I've never slept so well, because there's all these other things that happen from the treatments that are beneficial. So yeah, I would say, I know it's kind of a big wide net, but pretty much anyone can benefit from it.
Yes, I have really enjoyed my experience, and I'm still experiencing the experience to figure out what is this doing. And it's fascinating, and it's warm. It's so warm and for the winter. And these are very high level. This is a high level machine. What is it, $150,000 for the machine? No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, luckily let us make a couple payments.
Yeah, it's a serious cool thing. And I'm hearing about red light therapy and other platforms. I was just in this training this weekend, and they were talking about red light therapy. I'm like, I know what that is. And and then my friend who found one in San Francisco, she's doing pre-op for her hips, and she's noticing that it's really helping her. And you let her know about that. And so it's so great, this growing credibility, and it's working for people. So I'm excited. I'm healing a rib injury from my fall on the cruise. And I went on Monday, and I'd like to go again sometime this week, and just come in a couple times a week and just see how that goes with my rib recovery, which usually takes 6 weeks to 2 months is what I hear. So I'm hoping that my ribs will be
it
all
should
better.
really expedite your healing. I mean, so
Hospitals.
if people are curious, the lights, there's a lot of science-backed information that you can find. I always recommend scholar.google.com, not just regular google.com, because there's only scientific journals, like peer-reviewed studies. It's not just an opinion, it's facts. So you can find photobiomodulation and then type whatever you like: lower back pain, depression, sleep patterns, broken ribs. But because the light is stimulating the mitochondria in our cells, you create more ATP, which is cellular energy. And what that does is it heals you faster, because you're regenerating everything much faster. So speeds up your metabolism a little bit, start producing more collagen in your skin, which is why people also come in for more of like a youthful appearance without having to go under a knife or get injections or something. But I find, like I said, after my surgery, they were using it on my hand, and part of the reason was because it should help with pain management and, make it so there's basically no scar, but it helps you heal so much faster. So I think that it's good that we've got you with your rib injury. We can track it and see how quickly you feel better from it. And ribs are tough, because if you start coughing or sneezing a bunch, I'm so sorry that happened to you, because I know how hard it is.
Yeah, I really appreciate getting to play with this, and it's a great experience. And if you're tuning in, you've never been over to Vitality Soul, definitely reach out to them, reach out to your amazing staff. I love everybody on your staff, Jane. It feels very warm and welcoming over there. There's a restroom. You put your shoes outside the little area, and it's lovely. You can listen to the music that y'all have on your audio there, or you can listen to your own thing, and it's all very lovely and professional. So yay, I'm so glad you guys are still doing what you're doing, and you're growing, and the community for the Oakland East Bay area gets to benefit from these amazing red light therapy machines. They're amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I was going to say, if Erica says it's good to go, that's all I need to trust it. So she's so in tune with what's
What a wonderful
healthy and
gift to
good.
give yourself in the holiday season, and to give somebody else a gift like this. It's great. So I highly recommend. And Jane, it's so great to have you on here.
Thank you. Sorry about the dog whining earlier.
Oh,
Dogs
don't
are
worry about
welcome.
that. That's part of the season here.
Dogs are welcome. So I want to, before we close, I know we're about over time. I want to make sure you all know that I'm giving a little talk on Friday with the Gather community. So I want to make sure you're invited and our audiences know that I'm part of this cool thing that's happening on Friday, the winter celebration with the Gather community. And I'm on at 1:20 Pacific time, and I'll share with you the VIP code to get on there for $1. $1. And yeah, it'd be great to have you come tune in and meet, 25 to 60 people that are attending.
Yeah, great. And do send me that link if you want me to post it in the comments, or you can post it in the comments if you forget as well. But I will put the links to Jane's website and contact info if people want to follow up with her about any additional questions. Do so. And with that, we're taking a little break for the holidays. Erica might be back a little earlier, but we're just talking about resuming sometime mid-January. So we'll keep everybody posted on when we're going to be rippling next here, ripple affecting. Pardon the bad language there. But with that, we'll cut it short. And if you have any closing comments that you left out, Erica, feel free to jump in.
I'm good. Thank you for coming, Jane. Thank you for everything, David, my co-host, and see you guys very soon.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye
guys.
everyone. Happy holidays. Thank you.